The number I gave you, it was for emergencies only.
Yeah, I figured there had to be one. It's the only way you would have pulled in one of my agents behind my back. Bishop called me, said that she did some kind of underground pickup for you.
Without Mark Harmon, NCIS isn't the same. For over 2 decades, Harmon brought Leroy Jethro Gibbs to life on screen. Fans continue to wonder why Agent Gibbs left even though it has been years since they last saw him. Mark Harmon's departure from NCIS begs the questions. What became of Agent Leroy Jethro Gibbs? Mark Harmon, in response to requests for his return 2 years after he departed the program as Leroy Jethro Gibbs, explains the true reason behind his departure. Curiosity piqued? Keep watching to find out. What follows is an examination of Mark Harmon's life story as it developed over the years. NCIS has added several new members to its dynamic group while also seeing the exit of a few. But the surprising turn of events that nobody saw coming is the departure of Mark Harmon's Leroy Jethro Gibbs, a guy we had assumed would be there to stay. Yeah, you read it correctly. Harmon, who has played the role for 20 years, has chosen to retire at the age of 71. Given that Gibbs was a pivotal and adored character for the viewers, this event signifies a major shift in the course of the show. Harmon has decided to let go of such a beloved character because he has realized that maybe this is the right time to say goodbye. The method in which Harmon's departure transpired was rather fascinating, which adds additional aspects to the plot, the reveal line. The turning point came in the 19th season, when he unexpectedly left the program after only 4 episodes. The revelation was deeply felt by those who saw episode 4. Despite his co-workers' return to NCIS headquarters to continue their responsibilities, Gibbs had decided to stay in Alaska. As a result of this plot twist, viewers were left to wonder if Gibbs had really retired, which went against their first expectations. Mark Harmon made it clear that Gibbs is still actively involved in the military, but that he has decided to remain in Alaska rather than retire. The door is now ajar for Gibbs to return, maybe after an episode or 2 thanks to this revelation, which added an air of mystery. The departure of Harmon opened the door for a new character to join the cast of NCIS, further altering the dynamic of the show's cast. Even though he left the program in the 19th season, his name remained on the credits all the way into the last season, which added an extra element of mystery and unpredictability. Fans continued to hope for his reappearance as this lingering presence in the credits encouraged rumors. But a watershed shift in the show's history occurred with the launch of Season 20. Sean Murray officially replaced Harmon as McGee. The new chapter for NCIS was highlighted by this development, which elicited a wide spectrum of opinions from its loyal fans. Naturally, reactions were all over the map. Some fans were happy with the casting choice, while others struggled to adjust to the show without a beloved character. Many of NCIS's devoted viewers felt a wide range of emotions when Mark Harmon announced his departure from the program. Some voiced their excitement and gratitude for the revamped series credits, while others were less than enthusiastic. A fan who adores the reworked opening sequence went on to say that the new NCIS credits are fantastic. A bittersweet element of the adjustments was emphasized by their emotion, which recognized missing Gibbs. Some fans, nevertheless, found it strange that Harmon's name appeared in the credits for the most recent season. A viewer expressed surprise at seeing Harmon's name in the credits, given that he was not actually a cast member. After 20 years of seeing NCIS with Harmon's name in the opening credits, another fan expressed a touching remark, saying that the change made them feel a mix of emotions. Conversely, there were supporters who were happy with the shift and Harmon's departure, and who embraced it. A viewer expressed their readiness for the crossover, which might indicate that they are looking forward to seeing how the story develops without Harmon's role. Even if there were differing views, it was clear that many fans were grieving the death of a beloved character who had become an essential part of the show's identity. Fans were deeply affected by the news of Mark Harmon's departure from NCIS, experiencing a mix of sorrow and grief. An emotional viewer said that the decision had a profound impact on their mother, who was considering discontinuing her TV viewing as a result. The tremendous impact of Harmon's departure on the show's audience was underscored by the prospective loss of a committed watcher. Some fans didn't find out about Harmon's resignation until later in the news cycle, which highlights how shocked and real everyone was when they heard the news. An important detail, the omission of Harmon's name from the credits, was told to be drawn to by Austin Beck to a fan. With this comment, the whole story around Harmon's departure began. Everyone, including those who found out about it later, agreed that Harmon would be missed. Because of the special position he performed on the show, his departure has been characterized as irreplaceable. Even if many had different views, they all agreed that Harmon had been the show's driving force for a long time. Therefore, his departure was a sad moment for NCIS fans. Mark Harmon opened out about his devotion to NCIS for so long, explaining what kept him tuning in for all these years. Crucial, the actor said, were his unwavering determination and enthusiasm for the role of Leroy Gibbs, which he wanted to remain interesting and demanding. Harmon agreed that Gibbs's journey was interesting and intriguing since the storyline was always changing and putting him in situations where he had to deal with different kinds of problems. The candor and understanding of Harmon's viewpoint on the character's development through time shone through. The actor clearly had a strong bond with the character he played because he found comfort and fulfillment in the story's authenticity and its ability to change him. The choice to leave a role that had become almost his signature must have been difficult for the veteran actor Mark Harmon, as we can see from investigating his exit from NCIS. Since the show's premiere in 2003, Harmon has been a regular, and his character Leroy Gibbs has been an integral part of who he is. Gibbs, played by Harmon, makes a bold decision in the series finale of NCIS by deciding to remain in a new city, Alaska. By making this choice, Gibbs severed ties with the show's familiar environment and made it quite obvious that he had no plans to return. While fishing with McGee, a touching moment occurred during which Gibbs thanked McGee for their 18 years of partnership. The actor's profound emotional investment in his role and his on-screen relationships was on full display in the touching conversation that ended with an embrace. Rather than completely retiring Gibbs, Harmon decided to retain him in Alaska, which gave an interesting twist to the leaving story. It seemed like Gibbs was intentionally starting a new chapter, which might mean anything from future appearances to developments. Immediately following the crucial episode, NCIS executive producer Steve Binder spearheaded the discussion about the major development concerning Mark Harmon's exit from the show. While saying goodbye to his on-screen character Leroy Gibbs, Binder took a more personal and professional approach in stating that Harmon, as an executive producer and friend, will continue his relationship with the program. Binder's allusion to the North Star, in keeping with the character's metaphor, suggested that the program will do its best to keep Gibbs's soul alive even when he isn't there. The producers revealed details about the character's destiny in an interview. They reassured the audience that Gibbs's exit would not be the end of his story. Unexpected plot twists or cameos from the beloved figure might be hinted at by this enigmatic message. When will Gibbs be back? President of CBS Entertainment Kelly Call added her voice to the chorus of others who have spoken about Harmon's lasting impact on the show. He reiterated that Harmon's role in the program has been crucial from the beginning and would remain so going forward. The prospect of Harmon's comeback looms, even though his role at the moment appears to be mostly off-screen. As we deal with the fallout from Gibbs's exit from NCIS, many are wondering if we will ever see this legendary character return. The showrunners seem to be making an effort to separate Gibbs from the credits in this circumstance, as he is not currently involved in the storyline. It appears that the deliberate deletion of Gibbs from the credits was done with the intention of dispelling any remaining expectations of his impending comeback. The showrunners appear intent on ending viewers' hopes that the character will return unexpectedly, giving his departure more weight. But the story takes an interesting turn with Mark Harmon's admission. Gibbs has not retired, but rather opted to remain in his position, opening the door to new opportunities. Many viewers are holding out hope that the veteran actor may reprise his role as Gibbs in some unspecified way, thanks to this mysterious choice. The fact that Harmon is conspicuously absent from the opening titles of NCIS Season 20 suggests that Gibbs will not be a part of the ongoing plot. Still, there are plenty of chances for further seasons of NCIS due to the show's consistent success and widespread acclaim. As a result, the chances of Gibbs's return in future seasons are higher, which keeps the hope alive for the devoted followers who have followed his story throughout the years. In the meanwhile, while we wait for the next chapters to emerge in the NCIS story, let's reflect on the critical episode that said goodbye to beloved character Leroy Jethro Gibbs. The episode Great Wide Open, which was a fitting finale for Gibbs's tenure with the NCIS team, had this heartbreaking farewell. In this pivotal episode, McGee and Gibbs travel to Alaska on an intriguing investigation into a business that is accused of employing the infamous hitman Paula Merle. They find more and more evidence that points to the company's CEO, Sonia Eberhardt, as the one responsible for the complex web of lies and mayhem as they continue to investigate the case. As it turns out that Eberhardt is mercilessly killing everybody who stands in the way of Sova's grandiose intentions to build a copper mine, the narrative develops. One of the victim's spouses was secretly helping Eberhardt carry out her evil plan, which adds another layer of complexity to the situation. Set against the mysterious background of Alaska, the tale takes an intriguing turn as Gibbs's plot reaches its conclusion. The episode serves as a strong tribute to the character's lasting effect on the NCIS storyline as the investigating team delves into the complexities of the case. After solving the complex Alaskan case, Gibbs and McGee relax and enjoy the feeling of accomplishment that comes with finishing a difficult investigation. Nonetheless, Gibbs's decision to divulge a major revelation would irrevocably change the course of his journey with NCIS, disrupting the peaceful retreat. The episode is rocked by Gibbs's shocking confession. He isn't going home, and even more shocking, he doesn't want his badge back, which represents his authority and dedication to the NCIS team. This moment of deep honesty sets the tone for the whole episode. Both the characters and the spectator will never forget Gibbs's heartbreaking departure, marked by this devastating statement. By opting to remain in Alaska, Gibbs undergoes a metamorphosis, revealing a need for a new direction and a release from the mundane duties that had long characterized him. Gibbs decides to start a new chapter in his life, free from the limitations of his previous position, and the scenario unfolds as a moving farewell. A deeper look indicates that there were intentionally placed small signals throughout the program that hinted to a major event that was about to happen, even if the unexpected announcement of Gibbs's departure caught many viewers unaware. As the story progresses, the reader is conditioned to expect a significant change in Gibbs's course. As FBI Special Agent Parker and his squad storm Gibbs's home in an apparent attempt to apprehend him, the tension builds. An opportune visual clue that something significant is about to happen is the appearance of a hole in the wall, which functions as a metaphor for a puncture. The sense of unease that Parker conveys when he says, "Something tells me he isn't coming back," intensifies the tension surrounding Gibbs's destiny. The program is structured like a farewell tour, intentionally designed to make viewers contemplate and feel nostalgic. Viewers are moved by the profound mood that seems to be infused into every scene. Supporting this idea is a phrase that says Gibbs isn't okay, which is something he's been feeling ever since his wife and daughter died. One of the most moving parts of the episode is Gibbs's interaction with the victim's father, who stands as a symbol of the victim's ongoing suffering. His powerful comments emphasize that while the heart may never fully recover from loss, the memory of a loved one also remains, adding depth to the narrative's themes of perseverance in the face of adversity. Every episode, we see how Gibbs deals with tough situations, and we see the underlying fragility that lies underneath his tough facade. His portrayal is more believable since he admits that sometimes he just can't make it through the day. The story takes a touching turn when Gibbs lands in Alaska. We see him saying goodbye to other important individuals in flashbacks. In addition to functioning as a reflective montage, these flashbacks emphasize the depth of the relationships Gibbs formed over the years through a thematic element. Vance weaves a delicate web of foreshadowing with a small but crucial clue. The cryptic dimension to the developing events is added when Vance says, "It had a good run," with Gibbs, especially when he deftly puts his phone in coffee to escape monitoring. These subtleties help paint a picture of Gibbs's departure as a well-planned narrative arc, rather than a hurried choice. The episode is filled with expressions of appreciation, especially when Gibbs runs into Leon, his old boss. The heartfelt expression of gratitude becomes a moving tribute to the shared experiences and friendship that shaped their career path in tandem. Similarly, Gibbs's departure is clearly indicated in the scene involving Ducky and Gibbs, which further clarifies the forthcoming events. Thinking about Gibbs's departure makes you wonder if it's the right moment to bring a character with such a rich history to a suitable end. It is clear that Gibbs has had a significant influence on the story as he goes from being an inexperienced field agent to being a team leader. His years of selfless devotion have taken a heavy toll, and the choice to leave him alone, almost on the run, is a somber recognition of that. A theme of farewell is subtly explored in the episode, which recognizes that even renowned figures have to deal with the inevitable. After years of perseverance, development, and leadership, Gibbs finally gets his well-deserved moment. His counsel to McGee, which emphasizes trusting the process and being patient, rings true as a message about the value of progress over perfection and the natural progression that follows from getting the basics right. Essentially, the episode expertly combines memories, clues, and introspective moments to craft a moving and philosophically dense farewell, permanently marking Leroy Jethro Gibbs's impact on the NCIS universe. Mark Harmon left NCIS for what reason then? Mark Harmon wanted to keep his work interesting and challenging, so he left NCIS. An executive producer of NCIS, Harmon explained in a special featurette for the Season 19 DVD that he made the choice to leave the role he played, Leroy Jethro Gibbs, because he wanted to make sure the character remained interesting and charismatic. He stated, "What has always drawn me here is the character I play, and to keep it fresh, and to keep it challenging plot-wise. This character has taken the path that it did. I thought it was honest and okay with age." In an interview he gave to Entertainment Tonight in November 2020, Harmon revealed that his age had a role in his choice. Harmon revealed his developing Gibbs, seeing the inevitable passage of time. "I'm getting older, and some of this I'm dealing with as an actor as well as playing the character." Harmon was proud of the crew's combined effort and the show's long-lasting influence, despite the difficulties. While thinking about leaving, Harmon realized how special NCIS was, and he brought attention to how rare it is for a program to have such an influence for so long. He was aware of the continuous effort to keep one's mind on the task at hand. In light of NCIS's lasting influence and the work put into ensuring its excellence, Harmon wanted to thank the whole cast and crew for their unwavering commitment. "As long as this group is still getting up every morning when we get in, and certainly this time has made us focus more on that than maybe ever in the past, we're appreciative to have that opportunity, and we know what it took to get there." During his latest visit on The Kelly Clarkson Show, he discussed his choice to leave NCIS, giving the genuine rationale behind it and illuminating the elements that impacted this major career shift. Then Harmon came clean. "I think for the longest time I was just tired." His openness about the strain of playing legendary character Leroy Gibbs for so long is telling. His career trajectory keeps circling back to his original goals for the position, which included wanting a more family-focused work environment. Staying put with his small family and avoiding long trips for film ventures were early goals of the actor, but these expectations were at odds with the role's actuality. Harmon remembered the difficulties. The first day we worked 22 hours, so I thought that's not exactly what I thought this was going to be, but we had a lot of days like that in the first 4 years. Even though Harmon is no longer with NCIS, his career is far from over. His most recent credit is the CBS primetime drama, and according to his IMDb biography, he hasn't done any acting since leaving NCIS. But who knows? Maybe fresh doors may open in the future. Harmon joined the Gibbs agency in February 2023, according to The Hollywood Reporter. The agency is well known for representing performers including Mandy Moore, Adam Driver, Patricia Arquette, Allison Janney, and Brendan Fraser, among others. This bodes well for Harmon's future in the entertainment business, since it paves the way for possible new roles and projects. Will NCIS be seeing Mark Harmon again? A watershed moment in NCIS's history occurred when Mark Harmon left the show. Harmon had already reached the age of 70 when he decided to quit from portraying Leroy Gibbs. Producers had a dilemma in handling the departure of a character so integral to the show's identity. Cutting down on Gibbs's screen time wasn't an option. Just like David McCallum's character Ducky, NCIS gave Gibbs a fitting farewell by letting him make the heartbreaking decision to leave his long-running career, similar to Ducky's storyline. Harmon appears to have left the door somewhat ajar for a hypothetical return, and the present narrative provides opportunity for the character's prospective return, so it's not entirely out of the question. Despite the difficulty of commemorating its 20th season without returning cast members, the program found a way to go in a different route. Is Gibbs's return to NCIS still up in the air? CBS has made no official announcement on Gibbs's return for NCIS Season 21. If such plans are underway, Harmon claims he is completely oblivious about them. Nevertheless, the writers have a chance to think about and create a story that fits Gibbs's possible return thanks to the unusual circumstances of the police procedural's late production start this year. Given the real-life death of Ducky, David McCallum, this is especially important since it might affect the show's creative direction and lead to a memorial episode that could set the scene for Gibbs's comeback. Season 21's plot twists and turns are still a mystery, so viewers are holding their breath for news about Leroy Gibbs's destiny and the show's post-Harmon trajectory. In response to questions on his enigmatic pursuit, Gibbs vaguely said that his gut told him he would know it when he saw it. We are left with a flicker of hope by this delicate disclosure, which suggests that we could see him again. We end today's film with the following statement. I had a hunch that there was more to the story, especially since you clandestinely involved one of my agents. In light of Harmon's exit, what is your opinion? Leave your thoughts and feelings in the space provided. Just a little reminder to press that like and subscribe button to offer some love. More exciting videos are on the way, so be sure to check back. We appreciate you watching and hope to see you in our upcoming video.